The body speaks in silence, it whispers through discomfort, through fatigue, through imbalance, and yet most of us ignore these whispers. We think that as long as we are eating something natural, something healthy, we are safe, but health is not a matter of assumptions, it is a matter of awareness. Your body communicates with you in subtle ways every day. Every ache, every irregular heartbeat, every feeling of heaviness or lightness is a message. It is a language of life telling you how it responds to the choices you make, the food you eat, the habits you maintain, and often the foods we think are harmless can carry hidden risks when consumed without understanding. Pumpkin seeds, for example, are praised for their nutrients, their minerals, and their healthy fats, but when we eat them without thought, they can silently disrupt the balance we depend on. Our bodies are designed to thrive when fed correctly, but they also have limits, and pushing beyond those limits, even with something considered healthy, can create consequences we never anticipated. When you eat pumpkin seeds in excess, your body is forced to process compounds that it may not be prepared for. Those compounds can affect digestion, sometimes causing bloating, gas, or discomfort that we dismiss as normal. And yet these symptoms are messages from your body warning you that the balance is disturbed, the nutrients are overwhelming your digestive system, or interacting with other foods in a way that creates stress inside your organs. Our body's digestive system is more than a machine. It is a communication network, a living system that balances enzymes, acids, and minerals to extract life from what we eat. When we overload it with seeds, oils, or processed forms of natural foods, it has to divert energy from other important tasks like repairing cells, detoxifying the blood, and strengthening the immune system. And over time, this diversion accumulates quietly, invisibly, until the body can no longer maintain its natural harmony. Pumpkin seeds are rich in minerals like magnesium, zinc, and iron. They are also high in fat. And while these nutrients are essential for growth, muscle function, and energy, consuming them improperly or in excess can create hidden problems. Too much zinc, for example, can interfere with copper absorption, disrupting metabolic balance, and magnesium, when taken in excess, can cause diarrhea and dehydration, while the healthy fats they contain, when consumed beyond the body's daily need, can add stress to the liver and the pancreas. And yet most people are unaware. They eat handfuls of seeds believing in their benefits, not realizing that moderation and timing are critical. The body can only use so much at once, and the rest can become a burden, quietly affecting energy levels, sleep quality, and even hormone balance over time. The very foods we trust can teach us the importance of listening. If we are willing to pay attention, timing also matters. Your body responds differently to food consumed at various times of the day. Pumpkin seeds eaten late at night, for instance, can interfere with digestion and sleep patterns. They require energy to break down, and while your body rests, it is also trying to repair, clean, and reset hormones. A heavy snack that seems harmless can slow down this process. The result may be restless sleep, morning fatigue, and a sense of heaviness that clouds the day. And yet, when eaten with understanding, in the morning or early afternoon in small measured amounts, these same seeds can support metabolism, provide steady energy, and supply the minerals your body can actively use. The difference lies in respect, in awareness, and in learning to read your body's messages rather than assuming all natural foods are universally harmless. Another hidden danger is contamination. Pumpkin seeds, like all seeds, can carry molds, bacteria, or toxins if not stored properly. Even a small amount of contamination over time can weaken the immune system, inflame the gut, or trigger allergic responses. Most people assume that natural equals safe, but nature also has rules, and the way food is harvested, processed, and stored determines whether it heals or harms. Your body silently responds to these toxins. It uses immune energy to fight them, energy that could otherwise support growth, repair, and mental clarity. And because the effects are gradual, we often miss the signals until it's too late, and that is why awareness, attention, and care are essential. Eating seeds without knowledge can be more harmful than skipping them entirely. Because ignorance carries unseen costs, overconsumption can also affect cardiovascular health. Pumpkin seeds are high in fats, which are beneficial in moderation, But excess intake can elevate cholesterol in some individuals, especially if combined with other high fat foods. It can also strain the liver, which must process the fats efficiently. And when the liver is overworked, metabolic efficiency decreases, energy levels drop, and toxins accumulate more easily. People rarely connect their daily snack habits to these slow changes, yet the body keeps a record in subtle declines in energy, mood, and resilience. And the lesson is clear: even something celebrated for its health benefits requires balance, mindfulness, and timing to actually support the life and vitality it promises. The body is a teacher, and every seed you eat can be a lesson. Pumpkin seeds teach about balance, about moderation, about timing, and about listening. They also teach that not all health advice fits every individual. The way your body reacts may differ from someone else. And that is why observation, patience, and self-knowledge are more powerful than following trends blindly. The body responds to food as communication. It is a living network of intelligence responding to what you give it, how you give it, and when you give it. Your role is to observe, adjust, and respect its limits, to turn every meal into an act of healing rather than accidental harm, and to understand that even natural foods can carry hidden dangers if consumed wrongly. Slowly, over time, those small missteps add up, affecting your energy, your health, and your resilience. Understanding these warnings does not mean giving up pumpkin seeds. It means learning their rhythm, their limits, and their interaction with your body. Moderation, preparation, and timing transform a potential hazard into a true medicine. When eaten wisely, they can support heart health, sleep, immunity, and energy, but ignorance converts them into silent disruptors. And that is why listening, awareness, and care are as important as the nutrients themselves. Your body is always talking, whispering messages through discomfort, fatigue, and subtle imbalances. When you start paying attention, every seed, every bite, every meal becomes an opportunity to heal, to strengthen, and to awaken the body's intelligence, turning potential danger into lasting vitality. And life nature created every seed, every fruit, every leaf, not to harm us, but to heal us. Yet the way we process, roast, and consume them can turn a medicine into a slow poison. Pumpkin seeds are a perfect example of this truth. Celebrated for their nutrients, their minerals, and their healthy fats, they can quietly become harmful if consumed without understanding. Your body is an intricate system. It does not just absorb nutrients blindly. It reacts to balance, timing, and preparation. And when you disrupt this balance, even unintentionally, it whispers, it signals, it alerts you through fatigue, digestive discomfort, or subtle inflammation. But often we ignore these signals, thinking that what is natural cannot hurt us, forgetting that nature has its own rules. And our bodies respond best when we honor those rules. When pumpkin seeds are roasted excessively or salted beyond measure, the nutrients they carry are altered, sometimes damaged, sometimes made difficult to digest. Your body receives them not as life, but as stress. It has to work harder to extract the benefits, diverting energy from repair, recovery, and detoxification to simply process what should have been simple. And over time, this extra burden accumulates quietly, invisibly, affecting energy, metabolism, and overall vitality. People often eat these seeds casually, assuming that because they are natural and popular, they are harmless. Yet the reality is that preparation and moderation are crucial. Your body can only absorb a certain amount at a time, and ignoring this leads to subtle imbalances that manifest in ways you might not immediately connect to what you eat. Timing also plays a critical role in whether pumpkin seeds are healing or harmful. Eating them at night, for instance, can interfere with digestion because your body slows down while resting, and heavy fats and minerals require energy to process. When digestion is delayed, you may experience bloating, disrupted sleep, or restless nights. And these effects ripple through the next day, lowering energy, affecting concentration, and creating stress in ways that may seem unrelated to what you ate. Your body responds not just to the content of your food, but to the rhythm of eating, and understanding that rhythm is part of true health awareness. Eating the same seeds in the morning or early afternoon in smaller amounts allows your system to use their nutrients efficiently, fueling energy, supporting muscle repair, and nourishing the brain without creating extra stress. Another hidden danger lies in the potential for contamination. Pumpkin seeds, like all seeds, can harbor molds, bacteria, or toxins if not stored properly. Even trace amounts consumed over time can slowly weaken the immune system, inflame the digestive tract, and trigger allergies. The body silently fights these intruders, using energy that could have been spent repairing cells, balancing hormones, and strengthening tissues. The danger is invisible, gradual, and often ignored, and that is why awareness, observation, and care are essential. Consuming seeds without understanding their origin, storage, and quality can turn a health food into a risk factor. Your body communicates this quietly through fatigue, mild discomfort, or subtle changes in mood and digestion, messages that we often overlook until they become more obvious. And by then, recovery takes longer and requires more effort. Excess consumption is another way pumpkin seeds can turn from ally to burden. They are rich in minerals like zinc, magnesium, and iron, which are necessary for health, but too much of any nutrient can be disruptive. Zinc in excess interferes with copper absorption. Magnesium can cause diarrhea or dehydration if overconsumed, and fats, even healthy ones, place stress on the liver and pancreas when intake exceeds the body's requirements. Over time, these small miscalculations accumulate, affecting energy levels, sleep patterns, digestion, and hormone balance. Yet people often assume that natural foods do not have limits, forgetting that the principle of moderation applies to everything, even the healthiest ingredients, and that your body thrives best when given only what it can process efficiently. Pumpkin seeds are powerful. They hold nutrients that can protect the heart, improve sleep, and support growth, but when eaten without awareness, they can silently create harm inside the body. The problem is not the seed itself, but how we consume it, how often, and in what context. Every bite sends a message to your body, and your body responds based on its own capacity. Too much at once, too often, or at the wrong time can overwhelm the digestive system, strain organs, and create subtle imbalances that take time to reveal themselves. The body is a living system. It communicates through energy, mood, digestion, and even sleep, and ignoring these signals can turn a food celebrated for its benefits into a source of stress and fatigue. The nutrients in pumpkin seeds, including magnesium, zinc, and healthy fats, are essential for growth, repair, and energy, but they require balance because the body can only absorb a certain amount at a time. Excess magnesium may cause diarrhea or dehydration. Excess zinc can interfere with copper absorption, and excess fats place a load on the liver and pancreas. These are not immediate crises. They are quiet, cumulative effects that can gradually reduce energy, disrupt sleep, and affect hormone balance. Yet most people assume that natural foods are limitless, forgetting that moderation, timing, and preparation are just as critical as the nutrients themselves, and that ignoring these factors can slowly erode health without warning. The way pumpkin seeds are prepared also matters greatly. Roasting at high temperatures, adding excessive salt, or combining them with processed foods can alter their nutrient profile, turning their beneficial compounds into stressors. Your body works harder to extract the nutrients and eliminate the byproducts of processing, diverting energy from repair, detoxification, and muscle recovery. Preparation changes the message your food sends to your cells, and poorly prepared seeds are no longer purely nourishing. They become a challenge your body has to manage, and over time, these small challenges accumulate, manifesting as fatigue, digestive discomfort, or subtle inflammation, which are early signals that the body is struggling to maintain balance. Timing is another crucial factor. The body responds differently to food at different times of the day. Pumpkin seeds eaten late at night can interfere with sleep because digestion slows and the body's natural repair processes compete for energy. A heavy snack before bed can lead to restlessness, interrupted sleep, and morning fatigue. Yet the same seeds consumed in the morning or early afternoon in moderate amounts can fuel energy, support focus, and aid muscle repair. Your body is rhythmic. It has natural cycles of activity, repair, and energy expenditure. And when you respect these cycles, even nutrient-dense foods like pumpkin seeds support health. Instead of creating hidden stress, contamination is another hidden danger. Seeds can harbor molds, bacteria, or toxins. If not stored properly, these invisible threats may not trigger immediate symptoms, but over time, they can weaken the immune system, inflame the gut, and increase sensitivity or allergic reactions. The body quietly uses energy to fight off these contaminants, energy that could otherwise support growth, clarity, and resilience, and yet many people assume that natural always equals safe, ignoring storage conditions, shelf life, and processing, and the result is that a food intended to heal slowly becomes a source of low-level strain, reminding us that awareness and mindfulness are essential for every choice we make in our diet. Portion size is critical. Pumpkin seeds are small, but they are energy dense, and eating several handfuls without thought can exceed your body's daily needs for minerals and fats. Even healthy compounds, when consumed excessively, affect digestion, liver function, and metabolic efficiency. Subtle imbalances build up silently, and the effects appear in mood fluctuations, lethargy, bloating, or hormonal disturbances, yet many eat out of habit, ignoring the quiet messages from the body that indicate they have crossed the threshold. Moderation is not a restriction. It is the principle that allows the seed to heal, nourish, and strengthen without creating stress, and the body responds positively when these limits are respected. Individual differences matter greatly. Metabolism, genetics, and current health status influence how each person reacts to pumpkin seeds. Some may tolerate larger quantities without apparent effects, while others may experience digestive issues, inflammation, or fatigue. Health is personal, not standardized, and the same food can be healing for one and disruptive for another. Listening to your body, observing its reactions, and adjusting intake accordingly is the true measure of mindful eating. The seeds themselves are not inherently harmful, but your response to them depends on attention, knowledge, and respect for your body's signals, turning potential hidden dangers into opportunities for understanding. And health interactions with other foods and supplements also affect how pumpkin seeds impact the body. Combining them with certain medications, high-fat meals, or other mineral supplements can slow digestion, interfere with absorption, and trigger imbalances. The body is an interconnected system, and even small dietary decisions create ripple effects throughout metabolism, circulation, and hormone regulation. These interactions often go unnoticed, but over time, they influence overall energy, immunity, and resilience. And learning to consume seeds in ways that complement rather than conflict with your body's needs is essential for turning them from risk into medicine. Ultimately, pumpkin seeds are not the enemy. They are teachers. They reveal lessons about balance, timing, moderation, and attentiveness. When consumed wisely, they support heart health, muscle repair, sleep, and energy, but ignorance converts their hidden power into subtle disruption. The difference lies in preparation, portion, timing, storage, and individual awareness. Every seed carries nutrients, energy, and messages, and when eaten with mindfulness, those messages heal, nourish, and strengthen, transforming the very act of eating into an opportunity to connect with your body, respect its intelligence, and build lasting vitality. The body's response to pumpkin seeds also depends on individual differences. Genetics, metabolism, and current health status play a role in how your body uses or reacts to the nutrients. Some may tolerate larger amounts with no apparent discomfort, while others may experience digestive issues, inflammation, or imbalances. And this is a reminder that health is personal. It cannot be standardized. It requires listening, observation, and adaptation. The seeds themselves are not inherently harmful, but the context in which they are consumed, preparation, quantity, timing, and individual response determines whether they heal or harm, and that awareness is what turns food into medicine rather than risk. Hidden dangers also include interactions with other foods, supplements, or medications. Consuming large quantities of pumpkin seeds alongside certain medications or high-fat meals can interfere with absorption, slow digestion, or trigger imbalances. Your body is a complex network, and every addition or subtraction creates a ripple. When we ignore the interplay between foods and bodily systems, we inadvertently disrupt the harmony that supports energy, immunity, and growth. These subtle interactions often go unnoticed, yet over time they influence vitality, clarity, and resilience. And that is why education, awareness, and mindfulness are essential components of healthy eating. Even with foods as celebrated as pumpkin seeds, there are hidden dangers that don't show up instantly. They grow quietly, slowly, affecting your liver, your digestion, your sleep, your hormones, until one day your body speaks louder through illness. These dangers are not dramatic or sudden, they are subtle, cumulative, and often ignored because they do not create immediate pain or discomfort. Pumpkin seeds, for example, are celebrated for their nutrients and healthy fats, but when consumed without understanding, they can contribute to slow imbalances that affect the entire body. Your digestive system may start to feel sluggish, your sleep may be restless, energy may fluctuate unpredictably, and your hormones may shift silently. Yet most people continue eating as usual, unaware that small, repeated choices are quietly shaping their health. Every food we eat carries not only nutrients but also energy. The body responds to this energy in ways that can support healing or create stress. Pumpkin seeds are no exception. When consumed in moderation and with awareness, they nourish muscles, support heart health, and promote brain function. But when eaten excessively, roasted at high temperatures, salted heavily, or combined with processed foods, they can become burdens, requiring the body to expend energy to process what should have been simple nourishment. This energy diversion can slowly interfere with cell repair, detoxification, and hormone regulation, turning a food intended to heal into a source of hidden strain that affects vitality and resilience. The fat content in pumpkin seeds, though healthy, can be a hidden challenge. Too much fat, even from natural sources, places stress on the liver and pancreas, organs responsible for processing nutrients efficiently. When these organs are overworked, metabolism slows, digestion is impaired, and energy levels drop. Combined with excess minerals like zinc or magnesium, which in high amounts can disrupt balance and absorption, the cumulative effect is subtle but significant. Your body begins to feel heavier, less responsive, and less capable of maintaining equilibrium. Yet these effects often go unnoticed for weeks or months until fatigue, digestive discomfort, or hormonal shifts become apparent, highlighting that even natural foods require respect, balance, and mindfulness. Contamination is another hidden danger. Seeds, like all natural products, can harbor molds, bacteria, or toxins if improperly stored or processed. These contaminants may not trigger immediate symptoms, but gradually weaken the immune system, inflame the gut, and increase sensitivity or allergic reactions. The body quietly expends energy to neutralize these threats, energy that could have been used to repair tissues, support muscle growth, and maintain clear mental focus. Many people assume natural equals safe, yet the reality is that storage, freshness, and proper handling determine whether the seeds are healing or silently harmful. And without attention to these factors, repeated consumption can create long-term imbalances in energy, immunity, and overall vitality. Timing and portion size are equally important. The body has natural rhythms of digestion, repair, and energy utilization. Eating pumpkin seeds at night or in excess can disrupt these rhythms, leading to restless sleep, morning fatigue, and digestive discomfort. Yet when consumed in moderate amounts at the right time of day, they provide steady energy, support muscle repair, and nourish the brain efficiently. The principle is simple but often overlooked. Moderation allows the body to fully absorb nutrients without creating hidden burdens, and listening to the body's subtle signals ensures that every bite contributes to health rather than silent strain, turning a potential risk into a source of vitality. Individual differences play a crucial role in how these hidden dangers manifest. Metabolism, genetics, age, and existing health conditions influence how the body responds to pumpkin seeds. Some may tolerate larger quantities without apparent issues, while others experience bloating, fatigue, or digestive distress. Health is deeply personal, and assumptions based on general advice can be misleading. Awareness of your own body's response, careful observation, and thoughtful adjustment are essential to transform the seeds from potential harm into a true source of nourishment. And every mindful choice reinforces the connection between food, body, and vitality. Interactions with other foods, supplements, or medications further influence the hidden effects of pumpkin seeds. Combining them with high-fat meals, mineral supplements, or certain medications can slow digestion, interfere with absorption, or create subtle imbalances that accumulate over time. The body is an interconnected system, and even small choices ripple through metabolism, circulation, and hormonal regulation. Paying attention to how pumpkin seeds fit into the larger context of your diet ensures that they complement rather than conflict with your health goals, and that they serve as allies in building strength, energy, and resilience rather than silent disruptors. Preparation methods are critical. Over roasting, salting heavily, or combining pumpkin seeds with processed foods changes their nutrient profile, making them harder for the body to digest and metabolize. The result is increased energy expenditure to extract benefits, subtle digestive strain, and cumulative stress on organs. Yet with careful preparation, light roasting, minimal salt, and mindful combination with wholesome foods, their natural power is preserved, and the body can efficiently absorb minerals, fats, and proteins to support muscle growth, heart health, and mental clarity, turning seeds from a potential hidden danger into a tool for sustained vitality. Ultimately, hidden dangers in foods like pumpkin seeds teach lessons about awareness, moderation, timing, preparation, and respect for the body. No food, however natural, is harmless when consumed without mindfulness. Every choice carries consequences that ripple through digestion, energy, hormones, and immunity. Understanding these silent effects allows you to transform eating into a conscious act of healing, turning potential risks into nourishment, and ensuring that every bite supports strength, resilience, clarity, and long-term health, because the body responds not just to nutrients, but to awareness, intention, and care. Understanding and respecting pumpkin seeds means recognizing their power, their limitations, and their context. It means preparing them thoughtfully, consuming them in moderation, timing their intake to align with your body's rhythms, storing them safely, and observing your individual response. When done correctly, these seeds can support heart health, improve sleep, strengthen muscles, and provide steady energy. They can truly become medicine, but when done incorrectly, they become stressors, creating silent imbalances that slowly erode vitality, energy, and wellness. And that is why awareness and intentionality are as important as the nutrients themselves. Ultimately, every seed teaches a lesson about balance, moderation, and listening to your body. Pumpkin seeds remind us that even natural foods carry hidden dangers if consumed without understanding. Too much of a good thing becomes dangerous. When balance is lost, even the healthiest food can become toxic. Pumpkin seeds are a perfect example of this truth, celebrated for their nutrients, healthy fats, and minerals, yet they can silently create harm when consumed without awareness. The body has limits. It processes nutrients, metabolizes fats, and repairs tissues in a delicate rhythm. And when we overload it, even with something natural, we disrupt that rhythm. What seems harmless can slowly accumulate as digestive stress, hormonal imbalance, fatigue, or subtle inflammation. And most people are unaware because the effects are gradual, quiet, and often attributed to other causes. The body communicates through signals that we frequently ignore, whispers of discomfort, heaviness, or low energy that indicate the balance is being disturbed. When pumpkin seeds are consumed in excess, the digestive system bears the first impact. Their fats and fibers require energy and enzymes to break down, and too much at once diverts resources from other essential processes. The liver and pancreas must work harder. Minerals like zinc and magnesium are absorbed inefficiently when overloaded, and excess nutrients can interfere with one another. Zinc can hinder copper absorption. High magnesium can lead to diarrhea or dehydration, and the fats, though healthy, can add stress to the liver. All of this happens slowly, unnoticed, yet the body adjusts, compensates, and signals through subtle discomfort or reduced energy, and ignoring these signs leads to compounded imbalance over time, quiet fatigue, or diminished immunity. The very foods intended to strengthen can become burdens, and that is why moderation is essential, because balance turns nutrients into healing rather than stress. Timing amplifies the effects of pumpkin seeds. The body's metabolic rhythm responds differently to food consumed at various times. Late night consumption can disrupt digestion because the body slows down while resting, and heavy snacks compete for energy with sleep and repair processes. Bloating, restlessness, and disturbed sleep are often the first visible signs, and morning fatigue may follow. Yet, eating the same seeds in the morning or early afternoon allows the body to absorb their nutrients efficiently, fuel muscles, and support energy without strain. This demonstrates that health is not only about what we eat, but when the body has natural cycles of repair energy and detoxification, and aligning our food choices with these cycles allows even nutrient-dense foods to provide maximum benefit without creating hidden burdens. Another hidden danger is contamination. Pumpkin seeds, like all seeds, are susceptible to molds, bacteria, or toxins if improperly stored or processed. These threats may not trigger immediate symptoms, but over time they weaken immunity, inflame the gut, and increase allergic sensitivity. The body quietly expends energy to neutralize these intruders, energy that could otherwise be used for growth, healing, and clarity. Yet many people assume natural foods are always safe, overlooking storage, shelf life, and handling, and the result is that seeds, which are meant to heal, can become silent disruptors of health. Subtle changes in mood, digestion, and energy are signals from the body to pay attention, and learning to respect these signals transforms eating into a mindful, healing practice. Portion size is critical. Pumpkin seeds are energy dense, and consuming them in large quantities can exceed the body's daily requirements for minerals and fats. Excessive intake can affect digestion, metabolism, and liver function. Over time, subtle imbalances manifest as bloating, fatigue, hormone disturbances, or even lowered resilience. Yet people often eat them casually, believing that natural means unlimited, ignoring the body's signals. Moderation is not a restriction. It is a principle of harmony that allows nutrients to heal rather than stress. Every small adjustment in portion size ensures that the body absorbs and uses nutrients efficiently, turning potential hidden dangers into true nourishment. Individual differences matter. Metabolism, genetics, age, and current health influence how each person responds to pumpkin seeds. Some tolerate larger quantities with no apparent effects, while others experience digestive discomfort, inflammation, or fatigue. Health is personal. It is not universal, and awareness of your own body's reaction is more important than following trends or assumptions. Paying attention to your body's subtle messages allows you to adjust intake, timing, and preparation to ensure that seeds serve as allies rather than hidden hazards. Interactions with other foods and supplements also affect how pumpkin seeds impact the body. Combining them with high-fat meals, medications, or mineral supplements can slow digestion, interfere with absorption, and disturb balance. Your body is a network of interconnected systems, and even small dietary choices ripple throughout metabolism, circulation, and hormonal regulation. These subtle interactions often go unnoticed, yet over time they affect vitality, energy, and immunity. Mindful consumption ensures that pumpkin seeds complement rather than conflict with your body's needs, turning them from a potential risk into a source of healing and strength. Preparation methods influence the effects as well. Over roasting, salting, or mixing with processed foods can alter the seed's nutrient profile, creating compounds that are harder for the body to digest and forcing it to expend more energy to extract benefits. The message the seeds send changes from nourishment to challenge, and when this happens repeatedly, cumulative strain occurs in digestion, energy levels, and organ function. Learning to prepare them carefully preserves their natural benefits, allowing the body to absorb nutrients efficiently and supporting muscles, immunity, and mental clarity without stress. Ultimately, pumpkin seeds are not inherently harmful, but they carry hidden dangers when consumed improperly, overconsumed, mistimed, poorly prepared, or stored incorrectly. The difference between harm and healing lies in awareness, mindfulness, and respect for the body's limits. Moderation, timing, preparation, and observation transform these seeds into allies that support heart health, sleep, immunity, and energy. Every bite can teach balance, every seed can be medicine, and by listening to the body's subtle signals and responding with care, we turn potential risks into lasting vitality, resilience, and health. They show that health is a dialogue, not a prescription. It requires observation, reflection, and care. And when you approach your diet with mindfulness, paying attention to quality, preparation, timing, and quantity, you turn potential risks into true nourishment. And your body begins to respond with energy, resilience, clarity, and strength. The very foods that can silently harm you when eaten wrong can, when understood, become your greatest allies in health, vitality, and life.